Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to FatCatTech. Today, I'll be reviewing the Samsung HMX-F90. This is a small camcorder that came out in 2013. It weighs about the same as the Panasonic SDR S50. Let's take a look at the external features here. As you could see, it has a lens cover, and it says HD, but if you look at the fine print, it's only 1280 by 720, so it's the low end of HD. And it advertises a one-touch sharing button and true color. You can see there's your model number, your brand. On the back here is our battery, which if we take it off, we can see it is the Samsung IABP105R. It is a lithium-ion battery with 1030 milliamp hours, 3.7 volts, and 3.8 watt hours. It lasts about 2.5 hours. On the top here, we can see that they have the stereo microphone and the 52 times optical zoom, the My Clip thing, which I'm not exactly sure what that is, but it's there. A wrist strap, which is pretty decent in quality, and oddly enough, there's no kind of sticker on the bottom, and it doesn't even look like there was one there to begin with, which is weird because this has to have a serial number somewhere. On the top, we have the mode button, the power button, and the zoom lever, and the photo button, and on the back, the record button. So if we open it up here, we can see we have our built-in speaker, smart auto, smart background, the pause button, which is a common feature in Samsung camcorders, and the display button, which turns off things like, you know, all the crap on the screen here. Speaking of the screen, it is about, I'd say, 2.5 inches, and it has a menu button, a joystick, which actually also functions as zoom control, and a record button. Under this little door here, we have the USB, and we have the place to put your memory card. As you can see, I have an 8GB memory card in there, and we also have the charging light and whatever these two are. One of those is HDMI, and the other one is AV. I'm assuming if that's in the order there, then this is HDMI and that's AV. Alright, without further ado, I will turn the camera on and we will look at some of the features in the menu. One interesting thing is that it actually has a blue power light, as you can see. So we can see we have something similar to the Panasonic menu, where if you press the button on the joystick, it'll give you a small list of options like face detection, the focus, the EV, which is for light exposure. As you can see, it changes when you mess with that. And then you can turn on the automatic scene selection. So if we go into our advanced menu here, we can see it's got an intelligent scene mode, and it's got all your basic scene selections, of course. Although that's an interesting one. Waterfall, food, waterfall and food. That's pretty funny. Normal settings like storage, file, date and time, LCD brightness, auto off the beeping sound, shutter sound, auto power off, PC software, which I'm assuming is the installation of Samsung's uploading software for your quick upload. You can format and you can reset your settings, get your language, open source licenses, whatever that is. Okay, this is just like a terms of service. You get your grid line, which gives you your simple grid settings here. I've noticed that messing with this joystick here, I keep accidentally pressing it. Now, another thing that is common with Samsung camcorders is that you actually get time-lapse recording, and I do have a few example time-lapses that I will be showing you. So you can set it between 1 second, 3 second, 5 second, 10 second, 15 second, 30 seconds. And you can set it between 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, or infinity hours. Now obviously, you're probably going to want to be plugged in for that. Continuous shot, which I'm not exactly sure what that does, but if I had to guess, I'd say that it will take pictures as long as you hold down the picture button. Now, the zoom is weird. You actually have to turn off optical zoom to turn on digital zoom. It doesn't switch over like it does on most camcorders. And then there's this IntelliZoom, which I'm guessing is the switching over of the zoom, but I don't exactly know how to turn that on. Digital special effects is just your basic stuff. That's a red LED right there. Sepia, negative, dazzle, which I'm guessing saturates the color. Noir, which lowers the color a little bit but keeps the brights. Western, which adds a slight sepia, and then off. And then there's the anti-shake, which is image stabilization, face detection, focus, C-night, which I don't know what that is either, but I can't get to that setting. EV, which is your light levels and stuff, and your white balance, photo resolution, video resolution, and you can actually have it set down to standard definition at 60 frames per second, much like the Sony Handycam DCR-SX series. And then you're back to your iScene. So that's the menu, and now I'm going to go and do some test footage with the Samsung HMX-F90. So here's the test footage with the Samsung HMX-F90. As you can see, the video quality is obviously not as good because it's 1280 by 720 and 30 frames per second. And one thing you can't really see, because you know you're kind of watching the video and not watching it through the camera screen like I am, the camera actually has a delay between when you move it like this and when it shows up on the screen. There's a slight delay and it's a little off-putting, but you can see if we pointed at a bright light there, zoom way in, that's sorry, that's my spotlight that I've got. It's a USB cord with a flashlight wrapped around it, and it's pointing in that spot. So I'll get more footage of this later. And that's probably why this is going to come out late, is because it's night right now and I don't feel like getting more footage right now. So here's the camcorder in low light. As you can see, it does pretty well. That's the only light, and that one. I think it's pretty good. Although I've noticed something kind of weird. Why is that leaking? Oh my gosh, we've got 2 leaks in the basement now. That's nice. First it was down there, now it's up there. Things get better and better for my household. But, yeah, so this is the camcorder in low light. It's pretty good. It's my kitty. It's my other kitty. But yeah, I'll go test this outside. So here's a test of the camcorder's 52 times optical zoom, and this is with digital zoom added in. I mentioned in the video that you have to choose between the two of them, but that is actually not true. So, and trust me, you're gonna know when the digital zoom kicks in, because it's terrible. So here you go. So there it is, that's the full zoom all the way in, and you can see there's kind of some weird purplish effects there, although that does look really nice on that tree. I don't know. I find the weird things about life satisfying, but anyway, yeah, so that's a test of the zoom. And you can see you're kind of locked in this prison here. It'd probably be faster to turn the camera off instead of waiting for it to zoom out all the way. But yeah. And obviously this is probably going to be using different scene selection modes. I'm not going to go through those in the video, but because I demonstrated them, but there's some... See how it focuses on the clouds there? Image stabilization isn't that great either. The microphone quality is actually pretty good, if you ask me. Right, kitty? Right, buddy? Look at you. You're so cute. You're cute too, other kitty. So, would I recommend the Samsung HMX-F90? Well, it depends on what you want to use it for. If you're looking for a camera that can do time lapses for cheap, this is probably a good camera, if you don't feel like getting an iPhone because iPhones are useless. If you're looking for a decent camcorder to record HD video, this isn't for you. You're probably going to want something cheaper, like a Sony Handycam HDR CX100 series. Those are rather cheap and they get 1080p video. So overall, out of 10, I would give this a 7, because it is HD, it has some features that you don't get in the average camcorder, and the battery does last a nice long time. So, it is a decent camcorder. And with that, I am going to go ahead and end this review. Unfortunately, I've actually run out of camcorders to review, so there might not be a video 2 weeks from now, because that's my upload schedule is about 2 weeks. But I will upload a video whenever I can. So that's that. Goodbye.